It causes us to be able to go where He wants us to go. He causes us to be able to live like He wants us to live. Strengthens us, girds us with strength, makes our way perfect, enables us to continue on. My goings, you notice that? He didn't establish my settlings, but He establishes my goings. I say, what does that have to do with? God has something for me to do. He has something for you to do. Oh, I'm just trying to get you to understand this simple truth. That here He is. He says, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. God says, I'm going to establish your goings, and your labor in the Lord is not in vain. He will gird us with strength. He'll guide us and lead us in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. I'm just trying to tell you, hey, the results on our part are He'll establish us, He'll strengthen us, and He'll settle us. He'll do it. And then there's results in our heart. Two things. There's a placement into our heart. And there's a projection from our heart. You'll notice this in verse number 3. And He hath put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our God. When God takes us out of that pit, as we waited patiently for Him, and He establishes us and brings us out of there and settles us and strengthens us, you know what happens? We start praising. You say, why? Because He puts a song, He places a song in our heart, a melody in our heart. Making melody in our hearts unto the Lord. And what's in your heart comes out your mouth. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. This thing here, He tells us He put a new song in my mouth. Where did it come from? Because He put a melody in our heart. And that melody in our heart is, in my heart there rings a melody. Yes, rings a melody. You start going around singing, Jesus loves me, this I know. I will sing of the mercies of the Lord forever. I will sing. Yes, I will sing. I mean, you get happy. You say, why? Because God did something in your heart. If people don't get happy when God does something in their lives, then I don't know if it was God did it. You say, why? Because He tells me what happens when He does it. He puts a new song in our mouth. You used to sing, oh, how hard it is to live this life. Oh, my. I can't get anything right. You sit there and talk about singing, losing your dog, losing your cheers and your beers and all those things, weeping. But when you get God brings you out of that pit, and all of a sudden you start singing, how great Thou art, how great Thou art. I mean, something changes because He places it in there. And what He places in projects out. It'll do something. People say, well, I don't believe in them churches where they get happy and they shout and stuff. Now listen, if we're in an English-speaking church, don't be shouting some foreign language that nobody knows that's there. But if we're not, I mean, if you was in a Spanish church, go shout in Spanish, sing, Hallelujah, Gloria a Dios. I don't care. But I tell you what,
Tacos.
And but when you're in an English-speaking church, why not get happy? If God's done something. Bless me if you can, preacher. I've seen them, yeah. And I'm not talking just about the Indian church. I'm talking, now the Indian church, that's what I expected. There's a bunch of Indians, I thought. And that's how some of them sat. But after they loosened up a little bit, you get a few of them, just a little bit of shout, some amen, and I'm like, woo! I got happy. Just because they got happy. Because God did something to bring them out of a pit, and it'll get you happy. Because it'll place something in your heart. He put the new song in my mouth, even praising our God. You'll notice the results in our heart, the results on our part, and the results that cause a start. You say, what happens? Many shall see it and fear, and shall trust in the Lord. You get happy, somebody's going to see it. You get happy, you're at work, you get happy at work, and you're sitting there singing. You can't help it. You're not. They might be singing something about all this other stuff, or they might be telling you how bad the economy is, or how bad life is, or and you're sitting there and start singing unto God. Victory in Jesus. And they're saying, hey, you need to quit that. You need to quit that. You can't talk about that stuff at church. Listen, if you can sing that junk you're singing, I certainly can sing this stuff I'm singing. If you can talk about baseball like that you or football that you was watching Sunday, I can talk about what I did on Sunday. You tell that football crowd. That's what I tell them. That football crowd started talking about football. I sit there and start talking about Jesus. Now at my work where I work, they don't mind talking about the Lord, so it doesn't really. But they start talking about that. You can talk about your stuff. I'm not telling you need to get up there and start hammering. You're going to hell, you wicked Bible. No, you ought not beat up people at work. That's not a good thing. But hey, if you get happy about it and enjoy the Lord, people are going to notice it. And when people notice it, they're going to say, hey, maybe there's something real about this. Wow. They'll fear. You say, why? Because once they hear it, they can't help but heed it to some degree. God's word will not return unto him void, but it'll accomplish what it set it forth today. They'll start saying, man, I don't want to become a nut like this person. This person turned into a nut. I guess I'm going to just have to quit hanging out with this person. Because they're saying, why do they do that? Because they're fearing that they might get happy. They're scared of getting happy. Now, I've seen some Christians that are so sad all the time. I'm scared of being that kind of Christian. I don't want to be that kind of Christian. I don't want to be worried all the time. I want to be careful for nothing but in everything by prayer and supplication, and my request be made known unto God. Why? That the peace of God that passes all understanding to keep my heart and mind in Christ Jesus. He'll bring me up out of the horrible pit. I'll wait patiently for Him. He brings me up out of the horrible pit and I get happy again. And people see it. It ought to be the way of our life. Christians ought to be the happiest bunch of folks. You say, but what happens when you're going through and you find yourself in a pit and God puts you there? Weeping may endure for a night. You'll weep your way through it. You lose a loved one, you're going to weep your way through it. You lose your job, unless you don't like your job, you're going to weep your way through it. Unless you got all kinds of money and you got so much saved and that you don't have to worry about anything, you're going to weep your way through it. But guess what happens? After that weeping, that joy comes back. Why? Because you wait patiently. But if you choose to get in a rush, you'll end up making a mess of everything. And you'll find the pit deeper and deeper. You'll find yourself more desperate, more despair, more dumb, more dirt, down in your miry clay. And you can't get out. You're going to find out that you'll die there, or else you will find a way to call upon the Lord. Christian, I'm telling you, don't think there's not pits in life. Jesus found himself in the pits, and he had to say, "Dear God, not my will but thine be done." And he ended up going all the way to the cross, bearing our sin in his own body on that tree. And put in the grave for 3 days and 3 nights. For you and me. For you and me. But God. Now, don't tell me Jesus couldn't have said, hey, 12 legion angels, come on, take me off this cross. They said, why don't you do that? Could he have done it? All power is his. He's God. But he said, I waited patiently for the Lord. I waited patiently for Jehovah God, the Father, to do the will of God. Because all I come to do is to do thy will. And I've got confidence in him. That's what, can I say, the real reason to wait on the Lord is that you truly have confidence in him. Father, I pray you'd help us, that you'd honor yourself. Now, Lord, I do thank you for the weather warming up.